What's up, everybody? Welcome back to No Faking Sports. I'm your host, David Kincade, and Oklahoma Sooners get the job done, beating the Missouri Tigers 17-6. Okay, we all knew it was going to be a low-scoring game. Two very good defenses. You got, in one hand, the best defense in the nation in Oklahoma, playing against Missouri, who likes to try to assert their dominance by running the football. And then on the other hand, you have a struggling offense in Oklahoma's. John Mateer only 2 touchdown passes in the last 5 games, playing against Missouri's defense, who is actually pretty good themselves. But we left some stuff on the table, man. Not running the football, but we're gonna go through it. I'm gonna go through my notes. Um, Xavier Robinson averaged 3.5 yards per carry, but he only got 12 carries. On the other hand, John Mateer got 18 carries. Why? Why? And the thing about Xavier Robinson's runs, it's not like he broke a long one and he had a bunch of little ones. He was getting 4 yards every time he touched the ball on run plays. Still hearing people talk about the offensive line is terrible. No, they're not. No, they're not. The running backs are banged up. Xavier Robinson looked just fine to me. Just give him the damn ball. But we didn't do that. Whatever, man. Let's just keep going. Cause it sounds like a broken record. I don't want it to sound that way, but you guys are watching the game. You see for your own eyes. You know what it is. Let's start with the first drive of the game for the defense. Missouri actually went down and they did some good things. They ran some power. They ran some stretch. They ran some bootleg off of it. Everything that Missouri did in that first drive is what you want out of your offense. Your scripted offense. You come out, you get some runs, you get some play action fake off of it when they're stacking the box. But our defense doing what they do, they did a hell of a job. Even though Missouri marched right down the field, they got to stop and got a field goal. And I told you guys, I know y'all love hearing me say that as well, in my pregame video, that I felt we were going to keep Missouri out of the end zone, and we did exactly that. I said that we should win 24-27-3. Offense didn't give me much, should have known that was going to be expected, and the defense held to 2 field goals. Hell of a job by this defense, man. They played amazing all game. +2 in the turnover margin. Again, the offense didn't turn the ball over. We got 2 interceptions. Now, let's go into the first offensive series. Quick 3 and out. Time of possession, 58 seconds. That's not going to get it. Post game, I was watching Ben Arbogle's press conference, and he said,
I think Xavier only had 2 carries in the first half, I think. Were you just trying to pace him, and since you were shorthanded there, and just see how much you could get out of him?
Yeah, I think a little bit of that maybe came into play, but, it was also what they were giving us defensively. Really crowded boxes, especially early on, where there are 7, sometimes close to 8 humans in the box, and you have to take advantage where they're not, and that's out in space, and we just have to hit and execute on some of those shots downfield. We were really, really close on some of them, and Xavier had 2 carries early in the second half, but we did a pretty good job. We had some design runs and stuff, with the quarterback or with Isaiah potentially getting the ball just to read play. But I think a little bit of that went into it, but ultimately it's the flow of the game and what the defense is giving you, and you have to, simplest form of football, you have to go where they're not. And so, again, I'm proud of X too. That's why he was getting the ball there in the second half. He was running hard. He was creating a spark, and so proud of him.
Oh my God! Wow!
he was taking what Missouri was giving them, and they were packing the box. No, the hell they wasn't. You came out on first down. They had 4 down linemen and a middle linebacker. Everybody else was in coverage, and you went with a 50-50 ball to start the game off. You went with something that we have not been successful at all year to start the game off. And then we went 3-and-out. So 3-and-out to start the game off. And we're going to get into these drives, guys. It did not look good whatsoever. This offense is just, it's terrible. Okay. We're going to get into it, though. Defense gets a stop again. Missouri punts. Defense is playing lights out. It is 3-0 up to this point. The offense needs to come on the field and try to put something together. Second offensive series, we go first play, material run, pass, punt. That's 2 series in which we had not called a run for the running back. Everything has been John Mateer throwing the football. This is not going to get it in the playoffs, guys. It is going to bite us in the ass. It's not going to get it. And you got an offensive coordinator that just doesn't get it. So you got back-to-back 3-and-outs. And what do I always tell you? What you show me in the first quarter is showing me your game plan. You drew up your script, and in your script, your first play of the game was a 50-50 ball. In your script that you practiced all week, we got back-to-back 3-and-outs. You have only run 6 plays. Missouri had more than 6 plays in their first drive. But you got a hell of a defense that's going to hold you down. Because if we didn't have the defense that we have, he would have got fired a long time ago. But the defense is saving him his job. The defense comes out again after this is the defense's third drive. They get another stop. In this third offensive drive, we called our first play for Xavier Robinson. Only because we were backed up in the end zone, and this is when they did that punt, and they backed us up. And Xavier Robinson got 4 yards right off the bat, gave you some breathing room. You would think, let's go right back to it. Nope, we didn't do that. We got back-to-back completed passes, and then we went back-to-back incompletions. And then Mateer almost threw an interception on that third pass, and then we punt. Three straight series, 3 punts. That's all we did in the first quarter is punt. So in the first quarter, with your game plan, you gave me 0 points again. This is what I'm trying to point out to you guys, because you guys see the box score, and you think 17 points, and you think that we played amazing. You see that John Mateer got 2 touchdown passes, and you think that we played amazing. This is not going to get it. I'm going to say it again. This is not going to get it. 0 points in the first quarter. If we play a team that just happens to score and we're going to be playing from behind, we're going to be in trouble. Everybody started booing at this point, deservingly so. They should be booing because this is just trash. So far, through 3 possessions, we got one run by Xavier Robinson for 4 yards through 3 possessions. And people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about when I tell y'all he's a pass-first offensive coordinator. Let's keep going. Next defensive series, Missouri drives again, but the defense holds. This time they block the field goal. The defense is doing everything that they can to make sure that we stay in this football game and we don't get behind. Brent Venables calling a hell of a game, playing chess, not checkers. And this was considered a very good offense with the way that they run the football. 300 yards last week against Mississippi State. But I told you guys, we're not Mississippi State. We was going to shut them down. Fourth offensive series. We get a run by Xavier Robinson for 4 yards again. Okay? We get a stack set. We run a clear out concept and hit Isaiah Satania. He goes 80 yards. So we had a drag concept, And we had another drag behind it. Once that linebacker kind of shifted a little bit, just a little bit of space, you get the speedster out in the open, running, 80 yards, he's gone. That's a good job by John Mateer, hitting the wide receiver in stride. That's a good job by the wide receiver finding open space and taking it for a touchdown. That is a good job by the offense. No complaints there. My complaints come with the sustained drives, not having a sustained drive. A big play is always welcome. But how many of those do you get? How many of those do you get a game? We got one. Like I said, John Mateer was only had only thrown 2 touchdowns in the previous 5 games. So the defense gets Missouri in a 3rd and 22 situation. The quarterback gets the snap. It bounces off of the running back. Taylor Wine runs him down. The quarterback jumps on him. But we get a sack right there. Back him up way back. Just back him up way back, okay? And they have to punt. Offense gets the ball in great position because of a bad punt, all right? They're on the 35 going in. We get a pass on 1st down. Mateer run on 2nd down. Then we go pass, pass, pass. 3rd and 10 for Mateer, and he gets 15 yards. Thank goodness. Because we were about to have to kick another field goal. Okay? Then we get an RPO situation down in the goal line because they think we're gonna run. They got 8 in the box. We get a pass behind them. Okay? To Giovanni Gibson. Missouri drives right down and gets inside the 10 within like 5 plays. The defense holds again. Missouri gets their 2nd field goal, and that was the last points they got all night. That was it. They gets no more. Okay? Defense, hell of a job by you guys. It was just amazing to see what the defense was able to accomplish. The first half, man, Xavier Robinson, 2 carries in the first half. The rest of his carries that he got came in the second half, but only 2 carries in the first half. For a bruising running back that was punishing people every time he got the ball. Let me explain something to you guys about somebody like Xavier Robinson being 6 feet tall and over 200 pounds. As a defensive back, when you see him in the secondary and you got to go low and he's punishing you and he's finishing runs, guys don't want to tackle that no more. Instead of putting their head in there, putting their shoulder in there and trying to hit him, they start reaching. That's when you start breaking runs. That's why 40 carries for Xavier Robinson is important, because you wear down their defense. Most defenses aren't 2-3 deep at a position like we are. We're very deep on the defensive line, the defensive tackle, and the defensive end. We were without our best defensive end, and we still playing like crazy. PJ Adebaware, Taylor Wine. We got dudes everywhere, even at linebacker. We're 4 deep. Cheetah, safety, corner. We got guys making plays, Jacoby Johnson. Everybody's getting in on that. Everybody's getting minutes, and everybody is doing a hell of a job. But if we put that pressure on the other defense, they're going to fold because they do not have the players that we do. They do not have the competitive depth that Coach loves to tout. So let's test their depth. You're not testing their depth when you're throwing incomplete passes. Eli Bowen also had an interception. OU once again +2 in the turnover margin. First play of the second half, guys, we get a 4-yard run for Xavier Robinson. I was telling you, it seemed like every time he touched the ball, he was getting 4 yards on the run out of the backfield. That was even with his face mask being grabbed. He just running with power, dragging the pile. And then what do? we go right back to throwing the football. We just ran a lot of nonsense. We actually got that drive down, and we got a field goal. And that was the end of our scoring for the game. We didn't score anymore. So you gave me nothing in the first quarter. You gave me 2 touchdowns, one on a 90-yard pass, another one on a short field by a bad punt. And then you gave me a drive of 8 plays for a field goal. And that was actually our longest drive. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I pointed this out last week against Alabama when our longest drive was ended in that field goal. That was the only drive that we had after the kick return. We had one drive in which we were able to go down and get points after a kick return. That's it. We are not sustaining drives. And to my point that we're not sustaining drives, let me go ahead and tell you. In the first quarter, we had 3 plays. We had this is what the drives look like. 3 plays, punt. 3 plays, punt. That was the first quarter, 2 drives. Because Missouri was controlling the time of possession, they were running the ball. Second quarter, 7 plays, punt. 3 plays, touchdown, 90-yard touchdown. 7 plays, short field, touchdown. Coming out of the half, when you're supposed to make your adjustments, we made some adjustments, but we got down to where we could get in scoring position, and we just lost our mind going pass, 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 and we ended up with a field goal. 8 plays, field goal. 7 plays, punt. 3 plays, punt in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, time to run the football, get some drives, take some time off the clock. You know what we did? 5 plays, punt. 4 plays, punt. 3 plays, punt. 8 plays, punt. Stats for the game. We lost the time of possession by 5 minutes, 36 seconds. Another bad stat. Mateer, 18 carries, more than Xavier Robinson, who only had 12, and he was averaging 3.5 yards a carry. Bad play calling. 0 points in the first quarter, 3 points in the third, 0 points in the fourth. 0 10-play drives. We won, David. I know, man. I know. I can't help myself. I can't. I can't help myself. Hell of a win, guys. Hell of a win. Next week, we got LSU. Hell of a win, Coach Venables. Good job, Ben Arbuckle. Good job by John Mateer. He had a gritty game. He can only run what's called. So the runs that he had called for him, the times that he pulled it, he did what he could. He made a couple of key throws at key times, but the defense won us another game. This is a historic defense, guys. Historic. I don't know if people are grasping that this defense is doing what it's doing. It's playing as well as it's playing. The numbers that this defense is putting up is crazy. The lack of points that they're allowing is crazy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think we're going to do the same thing next week against LSU. I don't see them getting in the end zone. But you saw what Notre Dame did today. They're only playing Syracuse, but that's probably who we're going to face in the first round. Now, is Jeremiah Love going to do all that running around that he's doing on everybody else? He's probably going to be the first round pick. But our defense has their work cut out for them because the offense has not figured it out. Regardless of us having 17 points and John Mateer having 2 touchdown passes, we have not figured it out, guys. One drive of 8 plays, and it ended in a field goal. When you play another team like Notre Dame that has a very good defense, those drives it's gonna be even harder to accomplish anything. But I think we're gonna beat them too. I honestly do. I think if we play Notre Dame, we should have a first round win. And then we'll find out what we got after that. But I really don't care because I'm riding with my Sooners. With this defense, I don't think there's anybody in the nation that we can't beat. You put Ohio State on a neutral field today, and our defense will find a way to get the dub. So, regardless of what I'm saying about Ben Arbuckle and his lack of play calling, I still have faith in this team, and I still love this team. So if you guys could, like I said, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video. And until next time, boom.